Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation entitled Ethical Issues in Cyberspace. I'm Jessica Pearl S. Publico, your speaker for this topic. Ethics is a philosophical science drawn from man's consciousness of what is right and wrong. Through the centuries, ethical norms have been translated into customs and laws of societies. Ethics and laws naturally vary as cultural traditions govern individual societies. Observably, the civil and criminal laws of democratic societies differ, often as radical contrast to society governed by militaristic or religious traditions. The laws of the United States and democratic countries of the Western world differ sharply with the laws and ethical standards of society in the Middle East and Asia, such as China, South Korea, Iran, and Saudi Arabia. As the world has awakened to digital consciousness and innovations, the reality of cyberspace or the global computer network inclusive of internet has opened ethical issues. In opening electronic mail, modern man using the internet has his new means of communication, find messages which not only invade his privacy, but may be misleading and exploiting. One finds messages such as winning the lotto, getting a ticket for a Caribbean tour, offering promotional products, and etc. This makes one think that something is not right in cyberspace. Even the most powerful nations on earth like the United States have come up with security warnings over so-called hackers who have destructive and sinister motives in use of cyberspace. Invasion of privacy, security breach, transmissions of cultural offensive print or video materials, and through proliferation of sexual materials, and etc. called for consideration along ethical norms. What is cyberspace? Cyberspace, it refers to the virtual computer world. It is an electronic medium used to form a global computer networks to facilitate online communications. It is a large computer networks made of many worldwide computer networks that employ protocol to guide in communication and data exchange activities. Cyberspace allows users to share information through internet, swap ideas, play games, engage in discussion or social forums, conduct business, and create intuitive medicine, among many other activities. For example, an object in cyberspace refers to block of data floating around a computer system or network. The cyberspace is a big help in teaching learning process of teachers. The space which shrouds the Earth's electrical charge. The streak of lightning in our sky shows the powerful, often destructive electrical energy around us. However, man-fashioner has learned to the top natural resources like fire, water, and air for his benefits. Therefore, man has elevated his cities with light, supplied potable water to home, and has topped the airspace for leisure, travel, and communications. Radio, televisions, and the internet are the contemporary technologies devised by man. Wireless radio, cable television, the internet sites are the boon of modern age which utilize the boundless cyberspace. So far, not everything is clearly right and wrong with the use of cyberspace. It appears that modern man has the right to use the cyberspace for his own advantage, while he is also obliged not to infringe on other people's right over the same virtual privilege. Therefore, those who invade cyberspace privacy, security, and intellectual property rights appear generally to be in the wrong. Also specify issues such as hacking, spamming unwanted messages, extorting money from innocent internet users using the web for commercial sex, and etc. call for incisive assessment so that the law and order can be installed in virtual space. Owing to destructive negative impacts of information and communication technology, clarify on right and wrong. Needs to be done lead for formulation of laws that define the civil as opposed to what is criminal. The positive role of information and communication technology. Information and communication technology, or so-called ICT, has a central role in commerce, industry, government, medicine, education, entertainment, and society at large. The economic and social benefits derivable from the ICT are so vast, and they continue to increase as technological innovations briskly advance. Today, cable television has allowed homes to have access to television programs worldwide. Use the webcam for person-to-person visual contact with friends and business colleagues. Get published through blogs and websites. Get a job as a writer or encoders. Possibly even gain instant popularity through videos uploaded on the YouTube. These are easily recalled examples of cyberspace providing benefits to society in this digital age. But the ICT has problematic implications as well. There are three main types of issues with ethical implications. First is the personal privacy, second is the right to access, and lastly is the harmful actions. Personal privacy. Modern man is able to exchange information and communicate on the wide scale throughout the world. In this situation, affront on privacy is possible depending on technology expertise by privacy intruders. Second is right to access. Most networks will have been set up with access rights. This means the administrator has set up each person who can log on with the right to access certain files and folders. For instance, you may have a personal folder in which you have the right to open, read, write, create, and delete files. Other parts of the network may have files you can only read but not write. And finally, there will be areas that you cannot enter at all, in which case message will often pop up to inform you do not have sufficient access right or something similar. Harmful actions. Harmful action means injury or negative consequences, such as loss of information, loss of property damage, or unwanted environment impacts. This prohibits use of computing technology in ways that result is harm to any users, the general public, employees, and employers. Harmful actions include international destruction or modification of files and programs, loading to serious loss of resources or unnecessary expenditure of human resources such as time and effort required to purge system from computer viruses. Efforts at cyberspace protection. In order to protect users from people eavesdropping on private information, computer developers have proposed intrusion detection system which can detect any illegitimate use of an information site or system. Both the national communities and international community have also given attention to comprehensive protection laws, an example of which is recent cyberspace bill introduced by Senator Edgardo Angara in the Philippine Senate. Meanwhile, technical systems have been devised such as the setting up of protection firewalls on sites or systems. Of course, in democratic countries like the United States, where there is a more liberal outlook on the right to free expression, controversies are likely to occur. Such is the case of recent anti-Islamic video uploaded on the YouTube, which has caused havoc in Muslim countries. Current laws should therefore be reviewed so that cyberspace can be safe and wholesome place for leisure, business, finance, diplomacy, education, and other facets of human life. As to legislation which have been formulated by some countries, the following are worthy laws and guidelines on the use of cyberspace. In the United States, the USA 1970 Freedom of Information Act allows individuals to access information in federal government offices. USA 1980 Privacy Protection Act provides protection of privacy in computerized and other documents. USA 1987 Computer Security Act requires security of information regarding individuals. USA 1997 Consumer Internet Privacy Protection Act requires prior written consent before a composed service can disclose subscribers' information. USA 1997 Data Privacy Act limits the use of personal identifiable information and regulates spamming. In other countries, Japan 2000 MITI legislation for e-commerce, legal provisions for electronic signature and certification, and foundation for network-based social and economic activities. Canada 2000 Information Technology Act as a legal framework for IT. Singapore 1999 Electronic Transactions. Australia 2000 NSW Electronic Transaction Act on application of legal requirements to electronic communications. The 1998 Data Protection Act Data Protection and Right of Data Access. New participating countries have started formulating statutory laws to secure individuals from the potential invasion of privacy. In particular, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development (OECD) in the US has specific guidelines on data privacy on Internet data access. In general, and those who use so-called personal data, security toolbars and digital ID systems are also used. On technical innovations, encryption technology, or so-called SIC codes are used by banks, stock trading, e-businesses, internet shopping, ATMs, point-of-sale machines, the socket layers or SSL, digital ISS, and firewalls are examples of innovation to protect Internet users. All this said, national and international organizations such as the International Federation of Information Processors or IFIP, the Association for Computing Machinery or ACM, Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineer or IEEE, the British Computer Society, BCS, and the Institute of Data Processing Management or IDPM have recognized the need for new codes of ethics to inform and advise their members about relevant social and ethical issues. Since 1992, the ACM in the US has established a policy on professional ethics. National accrediting bodies like the Computer Science Accreditation Board and the Accreditation Board for Engineering Technology, how required the accredited university curricula in the computing science include mandatory instruction in social and ethical effect of information technology. Republic Act No. 10175 or the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012 of the Philippines was approved on September 12, 2012. It aims to address legal issues concerning online interactions among the cybercrime. Offenses included in the bill are cybersquatting, cybersex, child pornography, identity theft, illegal access to data and label. Here is the conclusion of the cyberspace. The digital generation should expect both boon and bane from the new world of virtual reality in cyberspace. To be expected are immense benefits to humankind as well as the wide variety of social, political, and ethical challenges. Through the decades, both problems and gains in human relationship and social development are to be expected in cyberspace. The main ethical issues on the use of ICT on global networks shall also go astride personal privacy, data access rights, and harmful actions. On the internet, already the basic issues are being partially solved using new technological approaches, such as encryption techniques, SSL, digital IDs, and computer firewalls. Besides these protection technologies, legal laws are also being formulated to resolve cyberspace issues. Along a positive vein, the digital generation individuals, governments, and the international community should be able to generate the appropriate responses to make cyberspace truly the virtual space for progress, harmony during the millennium. That's all for this topic. Thank you, and I hope you really understand the topic cyberspace. God bless. Hello everyone. Welcome to our presentation entitled Ethical Issues